This guidance is for you if you are a sensitive, empath, highly sensitive person, earth angel, starseed, a chosen one of God. You want to have faith in yourself, in God, in everything in the world to support you, not destroy you. Because you are a good person, highly sensitive, deeply intuitive, caring, loving, compassionate, kind. I want to emphasize the kind word, kindness, because it is so strong. The energy of kindness is so strong in us. And so, therefore, we can unfortunately, very sadly, attract a lot of toxic people who think that they can just walk all over us, and they consider our healthy boundaries to be toxic. And so this is why it's so important to first of all become aware of this fact, become aware of this person being toxic to you, that they are actually destroying you and your life, and they can end up killing you seriously if you do not stop playing their game. How to win in a game with a narcissist, because that is what they do. They create this game, this war, this spiritual warfare with you. The only way to do that is to take your power back and start setting those boundaries, to stop playing their game, to hold on to your authentic truth. But of course, at the same time, you need to detach yourself from them and start to build a life of your own. And this includes that you discover inner peace and a healthier life. And of course, that healthier, detached life means that you have cut off those cords. You stop being trauma bonded and codependent, especially when it comes to toxic people. But of course, this applies to your life overall, that you cannot be attached to toxic people. You cannot take them seriously, because if you do take them seriously, they are able to gaslight you and manipulate you and brainwash you and have you under their thumb. You're not supposed to be living under anyone's control and power just because they want that to happen. You're not obligated to live like that. Why waste your life and lose yourself? We all in this world deserve to grow up in an environment, in a home surrounded by people who will make us feel seen and heard and valued the way we are. They will make us feel safe and loved and appreciated, respected. We are heard, we are listened to, our needs are met in a healthy way. There are boundaries taught. But of course, when you have had toxic parents, immature parents, narcissistic parents, this has not happened in your life. And this is my story as well. And so this is why these topics are very personal to me that I talk about. And just want to remind you that this is just the truth. So when you had toxic narcissistic parents, you have experienced childhood trauma, and likely they have scapegoated you because you are a sensitive, kind empath. You have been a kind, sensitive child as well. So they have scapegoated you, your entire family has scapegoated you, put you down, and you were not supported, you were abused, you were bullied. So this is why, as an adult, it is so important to be cultivating that inner peace in your life that you never experienced when you were growing up. To heal your trauma, to fully detach yourself from these energies, from these people, to be more safe from these toxic people, means that you have to be taking care of yourself, your inner world, your energies. And so, even though the trauma reactions would be still happening in your life, because you can experience them, you know, some events can trigger them if you're still being attacked, for example. This is a huge sign from your entire being, your entire body, your mind, that there is still some healing to do. These feelings and emotions and negative thoughts, if you're experiencing fear, insecurity, panic attacks, you know, things like that, they come up and they happen so that you would become free from them, so that you would really truly support yourself to get out of them, to get out of that toxic energy. So when you want to start this healing path, maybe ask yourself, what is it that I need? What is it that I want? What is it that would feel safe for me in my daily life, generally in my life? What do I crave for? Start giving yourself those things, because only you can do that first and foremost. Of course, pray. I always recommend a prayer life every single day. You know, be growing your faith in God, within yourself, within your own truth. And this is, of course, not always easy, but we should walk by faith, not by sight. And it just takes practice, you know, like everything, it takes practice. But yes, because the healing process is not like this one night miracle that you would wake up tomorrow morning and, you know, everything would have shifted. I'm not saying that it's not possible, but it's usually not possible that way. Of course you can pray to God for a miracle. Of course you can always do that. Call in a supernatural intervention from God. Let God fight your battles for you, and know that you don't need to be carrying everything by yourself. But like what I'm saying is, of course, trauma doesn't just disappear in a one night. Things can improve overnight, yes. And I do believe in miracles and blessings. Of course I do. But it is just a fact. But I'm just saying that as a fact, if we have experienced narcissistic abuse and childhood trauma, bullying and harassment, physical abuse, emotional abuse, you know, because these things can be so severe and tough to heal from. So I'm just saying as a fact that usually these things take a lot of time and energy and effort for you to heal them. But you can get there. And like I said, the first step that you need to take after having awareness of the situation, that you're no longer wishing, for example, the narcissist to change and start loving you. You're not feeling sad because they left you. Because again, you're not supposed to be feeling sad over somebody who is toxic for you, who is toxic for your health, for your life. So this is so important in the detachment process, I think, that you start to value and love yourself more, and you start to understand what this toxic person is about and what they want from you. Because they always have their own agenda. They always want power and control. They won't listen to you. They won't communicate with you. They won't respect you. So you might have to set some very strict and firm, direct, straightforward boundaries and let them know that you're not dealing with their bullshit anymore. So because, like I've said many times, these things are complete opposites. So what we really want to attract is the healthy, the stable people, trustworthy people who are not playing in our faces. So That's the energy that we need to be focusing on. Gratitude, feeling safe, feeling good, trusting that you can co-create your reality and your life with God, that your truth matters, that your feelings matter, that your health matters, that those things that are important to you, they matter, and you don't need to be suppressing yourself just because someone has a problem with you speaking your truth and setting your boundaries. And as always, thank you for supporting my work, being active, liking, sharing, and subscribing to my YouTube channel, for example. Follow me on Instagram and Threads as well. And write me kind greetings on Instagram and Threads if you happen to follow me on those. And of course, you can always DM me if you have questions about working with me. I do recommend that you buy my self-help book. And if you need more help and support, apply to work with me one-on-one so we can go through your situation, what's going on in your life. You can tell me what you want to tell me. It will be a safe space for you to open up to, and I will be supporting you honestly and empathetically, guiding you forward.